Hello, this is Dr. Leonard McGill from EnergySexuality.com. Welcome to the second part of our six-part series on how to last for 45 minutes. So if you haven't seen the first part of this series, I would suggest you watch that video because it lays the foundation for this and the videos to follow. So in the first video, we went over three things: how to set an intention to last for 45 minutes, visualizing for 45 minutes, and using the stop-start technique. And I gave you a link to that as well. So this series is based on a video that Layla Martin put out there, and that link is below. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch that because it gives you 6 areas that you can use to last for 45 minutes. What we're doing here is we're going much deeper into the brief descriptions that Layla gives to give you some specific techniques that you can practice with to get you to that 45-minute mark. So up to now, in terms of your affirmations, you should, or you're setting your intention with affirmations, you should have written down your affirmation, which could be, I am now lasting for 45 minutes, or I am lasting for 45 minutes. And you may have taped that on your bathroom mirror. You want to say it before you go to bed at night and when you first wake up in the morning. And it's a good idea to carry that affirmation around on a little 3x5 card, carry it in your pocket, and look at it 3 times a day and think about it and say it slowly with intention and feel it in your body, that confidence that you are lasting for 45 minutes. In terms of the visualizations, best time to do that is in the morning after a morning meditation session. But if you don't meditate, what you want to do is find a comfortable chair like this. Sit for 5 minutes and visualize yourself. What it would feel like in your body. How would you be breathing? What would the muscular tension be? Where would your eyes be focused? Would you be seeing things brighter than normal, or maybe the sounds would be louder than normal? What would it be like if you were lasting for 45 minutes? So there may have been a time in your past where you did last a long time. You can put yourself back into that state and feel what that was like. If that's never happened to you, then just imagine it. Imagine yourself. You could actually step outside of your body, see yourself making love, and see yourself as being very confident and having all the control that you need. And the last part of the first part of the program was the how to use the stop-start technique. And I included a link to that. I'm including it in this video as well. It's a very basic technique. It's the tried and true method to get you to last for 10-15 minutes, and it's been around for a long time. Now, one thing, there is a small percentage of men who have had a trauma of some sort in the past that's linked to not being able to last long in bed. And I'll give you an example of this. Say you're 15 years old and you're making out with your first girlfriend and you ejaculate in your pants. Now, some young men might consider that like, oh, how cool, that was a really neat thing. But others might consider that like, wow, what's wrong with me? And might consider that, might feel it in their bodies as a traumatic experience, and it could actually produce a little phobia around lasting and ejaculation and all of that. If that is the case with you, I have a nice technique for that. I'm not going to go into it here, but you can email me at drleonardmcgill@gmail.com and I will send you the technique. It's a neurolinguistic programming technique. It takes about 20 minutes, and sometimes it is a miraculous cure if you have a phobic component to not lasting as long in bed. So now let's get on with the second part of this series. And that's breathing. Now, in Layla's video, she talks about moving energy from the genitals up into your body, but she really doesn't go into many specifics on how to do that. So I'm going to give you the basic technique that you want to use today. So what you want to do is, when you want to move energy using your breath from your genitals and up into your body, so away from the genitals to make them less hot, less excited, so your erection softens somewhat and you can last longer, you want to breathe down the front of your body, and then more importantly, you want to breathe out, exhale, up the spine. Now, in the Tantric practices, usually breathe in energy from above your head down to your testicles, and then as you breathe out, you breathe the energy up the back of your spine and back out into the universe above your head. The Taoists see it a little differently. They don't like to send the energy out of the body. They want to keep it in the body so they can use it. So that's what we're going to do, because we're trying to cultivate more male sexual energy in our bodies. So what you want to do is you want to breathe the energy down the front of your body, and you're going to visualize with your eyes. You're going to use your eyes to direct the energy. So with eyes closed, you would be looking down toward your genitals as you breathe in, and you're going to imagine this golden white light coming from above the crown of your head down into your body, down into your testicles and your erection. And then as you breathe out, as you exhale, you're going to bring the energy up the back of your body, through your spine, up to your third eye point. And then as you breathe in again, you're going to breathe the energy back down. So the first breath, you breathe it in the crown, and then you breathe it down into your testicles. As you exhale, you bring it to your third eye, and then you can circulate it inside the body. You can also just keep on the in-breath, bringing more energy down into your body. There's a lot of ways to do this. So what we want to do, though, is when you're making love now, you're going to practice the breathing, but when you're in the making love situation and you want to use breathing to bring the energy back up into your body, you're going to stop thrusting. You're going to push your pubic bone against your lover's clitoris and her pubic bone. And you're going to start moving your pelvis in a clockwise or a counterclockwise position. So instead of thrusting in and out, you're going to be grinding your pelvis, although that's a kind of a harsh term for it. You're going to be moving your pelvis between your legs in a clockwise direction or a counterclockwise direction if you're in the missionary style, if you're in the missionary position. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to put a lot of pressure on the front of her vagina and concentrate your energy in the most sensitive spot in the vagina, of her vagina, which is the front part of it. And although you won't be pressing against the G-spot, as you rotate around, your penis is going to be inside of her vagina, rotating, swirling around like this, as your pubic bone is pushing against her clitoris. Now, a lot of women love this, and what it's going to do for you, it's not going to let you get as excited, because it's the head of your penis which is the most sensitive and most excitable. So if the head of your penis is swirling around in there, it's not going to have as much friction as when you're going in and out. So not only will you be getting less friction, but you're going to be using your pelvis in a different way. And as you breathe out, you're going to be pulling the energy up out of your testicles and your penis up into your third eye. So I'm going to give you a technique in just a minute. I'm going to take my shirt off and show you what this would look like in terms of practicing this. But that's the basic idea. And again, if you could see this, what you could be doing is, instead of thrusting in and out, you're rotating your pelvis, grinding around on her clitoris with your pubic bone, gently. And as you breathe out, you're going to be bringing the energy up from your testicles. So it's like, and imagine the energy coming up to your third eye. If you have your eyes closed, you can even roll your eyes up to your third eye as you visualize this golden white energy coming up from your testicles and your penis to your third eye. And what you're going to notice, especially if you're doing this kind of grinding motion, is your penis is going to soften. That's the energy coming out of it. And because you're not thrusting in and out, you're not getting as much stimulation on the head of your penis. So what's going to happen is your penis is going to soften, and then it's going to allow you to last longer. You can go back to thrusting if you want, and then when you feel that you're getting close to an ejaculation, you stop the thrusting and you go back to grinding. So really wonderful technique. But again, the main part of it is as you breathe out, you bring the energy up the back of your spine. When I say bring the energy up, you visualize it, you imagine it, because at this point in your practice, you're probably not going to really feel a whole lot of energy moving in your body, although you might. Some people do. But usually the first few months that you're doing this, you're just going to have to imagine that it's happening, and it is happening, because the energy will flow where your intention goes. So I'll be back in just a minute to show you how to do the technique in a standing position. Okay, everybody, I wanted to show you how to do the breathing exercise standing up. You can do this seated. It's actually a very good thing to do seated during your meditation because you can combine it with your visualizations. But when you stand, you have a better sense of the energy coming down into your body, and you can also move your pelvis to facilitate the flow of energy. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And if you're still with me in this video, I sure appreciate it, because I was watching the last part of the video, and it seems like I cut my forehead off. You can see I do have a forehead, so thanks for sticking with me. So here's how we're going to practice this breathing, where we bring the energy down the front of our body, and then as we exhale, we bring it from our genitals and our erection up the back of our spine to our third eye. Now, when you're standing, what's going to happen is, as you breathe in, you're going to rock the hips forward, you're going to let your belly relax, and you're going to bring the energy down here. So it's... Then as you breathe out, you're going to tuck your pelvis in and bring the energy up to your third eye. So we're going to practice this. I'm just going to show you a couple repetitions of this, and then show you how you might use this when you're making love to help you last for 45 minutes. So here's an example of how to do this. So you see what I'm doing here is, as I exhale, I'm bringing the tip of my coccyx between my legs, taking out the stretch, taking out that curve in the low back, and that helps to bring the energy up. Now, if you're doing this while you're making love, you may have your eyes closed. You're in bed, you're grinding instead of thrusting, right? So you're grinding around. You don't have to make that much sound if you don't want to, okay? It could be... Now, we're going to talk about this more in a future video. I'm not sure if it's the third or fourth one in the series. But as you do this, one of the things you want to do is you want to contract your PC muscles as the breath comes up. We're talking about the breathing part of it this video. However, just realize that if you're practicing this, you'd want to go... And when you rock your hips forward, you're going to squeeze your PC muscles, which is going to form a rigid floor at your pelvic floor, and it's going to allow the energy to come up that much easier. So that's the breathing technique. If you have any questions, please email me, drleonardmcgill@gmail.com. I'll see you on the next video in our 6-part series on how to last for 45 minutes.